Hi everybody, this is Alice Bejeweled Hedgehog again. I know, way too much Bejeweled Hedgehog for one day. But this is my final video for today. And basically, this is just a video about a cranky old lady versus social media. And the cranky old lady being yours truly, Alice. Okay, to make this video different from the other ones and hopefully keep it interesting, I didn't have a crab hat because I thought crabbiness goes well with crankiness, but I have this lobster hat thing that my sister gave me a long time ago when my nieces were little because it was very amusing to them, which can, sit on a shelf and just look kind of cool. The arms used to stick straight up, but they don't. They flop over now and can also be used as a hat. So anyway, okay. First of all, I'm not really on Facebook. I mean, I sort of think I have a Facebook page, but it doesn't work. And several things I want to say, right up front. The first thing is, if anyone has invited me to be a friend or whatever, and I haven't responded, I am not being unfriendly. I simply am annoyed with Facebook. I mean, I don't have anything inherently against it. It's just not part of my world, and I honestly don't want to make it one. So I am not snubbing anyone. And I'm also aware, because I can get to the Cast-Off Crew Facebook fan page, that my videos are miraculously appearing there. And I know it's not the internet elves that are doing it. I suspect it's Laura or maybe Neen from Neen Crochet. I know they both are moderators of things. And I also want to say thank you to Claire, Bob Wilson 123. She's so wonderful. When I did my very first video for Cast-Off Crew, she noticed that I didn't seem to have a Facebook page, and she offered to promote my videos for me. And I feel badly making these people do my work for me and not actually contributing to bringing in more viewers to Cast-Off Crew. Sorry, this hat is a little uncomfortable. I'll just hold the lobster thingy down here. Okay, but being that I'm not on Facebook and have not been ever, I'm not really sure that going on there would really help. One of my lovely friends on YouTube just asked me in a recent comment if I had a Facebook page, and the answer is no. Okay, now I'm going to try and keep this as quick as I possibly can. This is the cranky old lady explaining my relationship with social media. First of all, I am 50 years old, so you have to understand, when I was growing up, we had one black and white TV, dial phones, that went ring ring, and I watched all this come about, all this meaning cable. I grew up with TVs that had antennas, cable, portable phones, then cell phones. I saw answering machines come into use, and I thought they were just the coolest thing. Let's see, I remember the VHS versus Betamax thing. I've seen DVDs, and now these Blu-ray things are coming up. So I've watched all the technology, and on the whole, I really, really support it. It's just that I have always, just the kind of jobs that I've had, I always tend to use computers a lot for work. I send emails for business-related things. So essentially, my jobs involve sitting down and looking at a computer and clicking away, because I do IT-related things. So when it came to going home and wanting to switch over into something completely new, I kind of had, I know this is strange because many IT people just ITs their whole lives, but not me. I switched into kind of a technology-free zone. In fact, throughout most of the 90s, I did not have a television because I love to read, and this was back, now they have TiVo and DVRs and things, but I have always very much resented something that makes a demand on my time, on my free time. And TV, if a show comes on at 9 o'clock, when I was growing up, if you missed it, if you got there at 9:15, you simply didn't see the first 15 minutes. It was like a little dictator, a benign dictator, but still. And then when the recordable VHS tapes came out, there was all this shuffling and labeling, and what if, you accidentally recorded over someone else's stuff, and blah, 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 blah. And so I just didn't like it. And most of the stuff, I didn't want to have to say, oh, wait, it's Wednesday, my show's on, I can't do anything tonight. So I just kind of gave up on the whole thing. And then briefly, when did I got DVR when our local cable company, first offered it, and then I had to set it up to record different things. And then, yes, I felt better. There was some on-demand, and, it was a little easier to use. But I just got annoyed with that, and I just never bothered. So I have a TV. I don't have cable or or satellite or any of those services. The TV is really just a box, and it is a box. I've never updated it to a flat screen that plays DVDs. So, how did I get involved, with, I am obviously on a home computer, so how did all that happen? Well, it happened when Amazon started getting big and eBay started getting big, and the whole concept of the convenience of internet shopping. And I really liked eBay, especially back in the day when they were first starting out, and they had so many cool and interesting things, and their prices were good. And now it seems like everybody has a collectibles guide out there, and you can't find anything where they haven't looked up the price and, priced it at its maximum. But it was a lot of fun back at the beginning. There were some very good deals on some very unusual things. So anyway, so a home computer which was purchased primarily for eBay and shopping, and then things came out like Google and Wikipedia, and I love the idea that I can be sitting reading and coming across a word that I don't understand, and I just reach over to the laptop which is on, type it in, and there's the answer, or research information on the computer. So yes, I love, love, love that. But social media, the thing is, I already knew how to connect with my friends. Email was a highly convenient thing. Being able to post photos on Flickr, if you wanted to share photos with people that you knew. And I always tended to see Facebook as something like, well, here's an example. My cousin's daughter, and she is a sweetheart, a beautiful young girl. Over Christmas, she was telling me that she had, I think, like 386 friends. And she updates her wall because she likes to take photos of herself with her different hairstyles and outfits. Like she says, every other day, and post them so that if they didn't see her in person, they know what she's wearing. And bless her heart, that's wonderful, but I don't care what she's wearing. No offense. I'm so sorry. So anyway, I always associated that kind of mentality with Facebook, so I never even touched the thing. Never even looked into it. Occasionally people would say, well, aren't you on Facebook? I'm like, no, why? And I was missing, as far as I'm concerned, I'm missing absolutely nothing. And there is also the sitting staring at a computer factor, which is what I do at work. So it really isn't really what I wanted to do at home. And then Netflix started streaming, and I found Hulu, and I found sites like Anime Freak and Crunchyroll because I'm an anime fan. And I realized that this was probably what I was looking for all along with TV and entertainment. I could go on and say, I want this show, and here's an episode. So I started using my laptop as a means of watching what shows I wanted when I wanted. And then YouTube was always kind of there in the background because, from the moment it came out, people started doing very amusing things with it. And, you'd go into work and somebody would say, look, there's a dog water skiing. And, of course, they were looking at YouTube. So, I always had that factor. And I was always, or you're on some other site and, you click on it for the video and I noticed the YouTube logo. So at one point, when my nieces were younger, they got interested in trying to do stop motion with Play-Doh. Of course, we went to YouTube to look up claymation and things like that. And at that point, I actually made a channel thinking that they would want to follow through on this and upload stuff, but we never did. So that's why I think I show like I've been a YouTube user since 2008 or something, but really I just sat there and I watched things. Okay, but as I started to do the crochet crafting, the jewelry making I did more, like at a kitchen table setting. So I would listen to an audiobook, and it wasn't the kind of thing where I could watch while I did it. But when I took up needle arts again, I realized that, to an extent I could watch things in the background. So, how did I find watching YouTube? Oh, okay. Basically, I was looking at the Knitpicks site, and they do reviews of their products. Now, of course, the product is by their own employees, and the reviews are always positive. But I noticed when I was looking at the Knitpicks Harmony Wood interchangeable knitting needle set, which I never have gotten, I never did buy, but it's very nice from what I can see. On the little sidebar thing on the right was a Knitpicks review, and it was by Jen something or the other. So I clicked on that, and I'm like, this isn't a yarn store, this isn't a company. Seems to be a person named Jen who has just purchased these things and is sitting there talking about them, and that caught my interest, because that to me was, about as unbiased as you could get. So, hi Jen Likes Yarn, you're responsible for this. So eventually I started, I figured out that she was part of a group of people who showed crocheting on the internet, and I started watching their videos. And I figured out when you clicked subscribe that you also had an option to be notified by email, which works out perfectly because they just show right up there on my Yahoo homepage in my email, my email section. So I started watching those people, and they talked about you could join if you had auditions or something, and I thought, when I get thinner, if I start wearing my contacts again, when I put on more makeup, I don't have a camera. And then I watched Laura, Sweet Pagan Rose, come on, and she had started up her group, and she invited people to join, and I noticed she didn't say anything about audition. So I just took the plunge. I just joined. And I have found, actually, that I really like the interactive functions of YouTube. I do like interacting with people on the internet. This is 12 and a half minutes. I will try and keep it quick. I really do like interacting with people on the internet. I liked watching the videos and seeing what people did and how, what they thought of it, whether they thought it was difficult, what their problems were, what they thought was fun. But I also realized I could start commenting back and putting in my 2 cents, which I think is a great deal of fun. And I liked getting to know people online. So yes, I'm beginning to see what the attraction of YouTube was. But to be totally honest, there's just a limit to how much computering I want to do in my free time. I love YouTube. I have figured out if you send a personal message, you don't have the space limitations of the comment box. So for somebody who rambles away like me, that's fun. I can actually send people messages, although they may block me if they're too long. I think you can respond with a video response. So I do love everybody out there, and I do want to get to know you, and I do want to interact with you. I have one medium that I really, really like. I really like YouTube. So I know it's a pain in the butt. If Laura or Claire want to explain to me how to get my videos onto the Cast Off Crew fan page so they don't have to babysit me, I would welcome that, and I will take, responsibility for doing it all the time. But I really don't want to have a Facebook page. I want to do really 2 things. I want to do more with my YouTube channel. Weight loss is an issue. I actually started doing some things about it in January, so I'd like to start discussing that. I've seen people have vlogs. I'd like to do more along the lines of vlogs. And I would like to be more responsive in terms of commenting and sending messages, because I have met so many nice people on YouTube. And the other thing I really, really want to do, which I feel kind of badly about, is I'm a big user of Ravelry. Ravelry to me is probably one of the greatest resources out there for crafters, because, if you're looking at a pattern in a book, you see only the pattern that the professional crocheter or knitter has made on a model. But if you go and you look on Ravelry, you see everybody else's projects, and that's so helpful and so wonderful. And you also get to have their comments on their projects, and that's been incredibly helpful. And yarn. I found a yarn that I was using, and I kind of liked it, and then I looked it up, and I found out it washes really, really, really badly. Now, I only had 2 small skeins, and I made a hat. But I was thinking the whole time I was using it, I really like this. Maybe I'll use this for a bigger project. But no, I'm glad I picked only a hat, because anything bigger would require more washing, and apparently that's not a good thing. So what I want to do, I've done patterns by Ron Strong. I've done Laura's hat, Spiral hat, actually 3 versions of it. So I want to get more in the habit of photographing my projects and putting them up. And I want to get much more active with, going to the Ravelry page and seeing what people are doing. And I will get more involved with Flickr, so I can put up pictures of jewelry that I've made. So please don't view my lack of presence as lack of interest. It's just a cranky old lady who just, my life is going smoothly, beautifully, wonderfully, and there's no Facebook in it. I felt no compunction to even touch the stupid thing until the nice YouTube people seem to be using it. So if there's any way I can continue with YouTube and Ravelry and Flickr and sidestep the hated, dreaded, let me get my little lobster out here, pretend it's a crab, Facebook. I will. But I do want to pull my own weight. So if you want to tell me how the internet elves are getting my videos onto the Cast Off Crew page, I would really like it. And I've ranted for 17 minutes, and I am really, really sorry. But anyway, I'm going to go spend the rest of the day with my beautiful nieces. Everybody enjoy the day, and I will see you soon. Bye.